Welcome back. I haven't made a video for about 2 weeks now. Been on school holidays, so haven't been doing much. But I do need to get back into it. So in this video, it's pretty much just going to be a time lapse of me creating some stuff. If I think there's anything particularly difficult, I'll slow the video down and you'll be able to see it. I want to try and keep this to about 10 minutes. Of course, you don't need to watch this if you're pretty confident with Trenchbroom. I'm going to be using this as a reference. So this here is just a cheat sheet that I found. There's another one here. I'll put the links below. And there is also my reference. So this is the map that I'm going to make. It's not very good. That's going to be the exit there. That's going to be the start there. The yellow are doors, the red are walls. The brown is a change of height. And I may make some other things. I may make that indented or a bottomless pit or something like that. I'll play around with it as I go. And I'll probably kind of slow the video down and talk for a few things, through a few things. There was one thing I was going to show you though, and that is very quickly how to make curves. There are some really good videos out there, but making curves here, I'm just going to try and do it quick. I won't do it justice, oops. But what you want to do, let's delete all these manually. There is a way to do a mass selection. It's not very intuitive though. I'm going to make a curve here, so kind of a corner. To do that, I'm just going to make my brush. I'm going to make it 128 by 128. 128, 128, there we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start clipping. But I'm actually going to keep the clips in place. So I'm going to go 2 up, 2 across, so you can enter, and then 4 up, 4 across, enter. And remember that you can, this is just kind of the first part, and then I'll start getting into the speed run part. You can switch between what you're keeping with Control Enter. I want to keep everything in this case, like that. This was the easiest way for me. There are better ways to do it, but I just deleted those things. Then, went back, C will put me into this mode, oops. Just like that, across to there, and enter. You'll see why I'm doing this part in a minute, and then I'll switch around to here. I'll go back to this mode. I think, yeah, you can just, if you were on C, you can hit C again, it will take you back to that, but there is a shortcut. Control Escape, I'm not clicking that, that's a weird shortcut. What I want to do is extrude these out. So if say I want to have a wall coming up from these. For the most part, this is going to be fine. And grid reference size does matter here. I've got mine on grid size 16. I wouldn't have been able to do that if it was 32. So grid size does matter. This is a bit of a weird bit. I'm going to, we know how to like extrude or extend, hold shift and pull that out. But what if I want to extrude? Okay, so this is like, I guess, extending or transforming if you're familiar with Blender. Move, it's like the grab tool basically. Just grabbing that face and moving it. But I want to extrude that face out. So if I hold shift and then I hold control and drag, it makes a new brush there. So shift, control and drag. And that one's good. It brings it on grid. Okay, that's where I want to be. I want to be on grid. Now this one here doesn't. So we'll have to play around with this in a minute. That one comes out a bit further. It may not be a problem. Control, shift, there we go. Control, shift, there we go. Okay, so I've got that, and then I could go ahead and select this and bring it up, and select this one. Oops, select that and bring it up. Select all those and bring them up. But I really want to get this one here on grid, so I can like move that in, but I can't move it in. So what I need to do, I'm going to turn the grid size down. I'm actually going to turn it down to like size 3. I'm going to play around with this. That looks good. Sorry, not size 3, size 2. Okay, that looks good. I can see that the points are going to match there. And this is a bit weird. I should have done this before extruding it, but I mean, it's not a big deal to do this part. So I'm going to hit Control, Shift and then Control and bring it in. You'll see it makes an extrusion there, or another way I could do it is hit C and cut from there across to there, hit enter, and then just delete that one. However, if I was never going to see that outward wall, it's probably not going to matter. Could do some other things. Here I could make these go down. So if I wanted to make some stairs here, I might change it to grid size 8, and I can move that down. So holding Alt, move it down. Alt, move that one down 2 times, etc. Like that. And then of course I'd move or extend those down with it. Holding Control to make multiple selections, holding Shift to make those cuts, bring it down. And I could make myself a spiral staircase doing something like that. Now for the rest of this video, you're pretty much just going to see me doing things. And if I take time, I might stop and explain it. I am going to keep those crates there, but I am going to delete the other things that I had. I will keep this. Oops. I will keep this. Actually, I'll show you how to do a group selection. So it's kind of weird. What I'm going to do is make that there. And then I'll just bring it down so it's kind of on the top. It's almost not even worth doing a whole selection, but I want to completely enclose that box. And then there's a button up here that says, where is it? Edit. Oh, I found it once before. Select inside. Yeah, there we go. So that's done, and I'm going to group those. So group selected objects. I'll just name it stair curve and click OK. All right. So I've got my textures and stuff enabled already, so I could go ahead and apply textures to different things here. I'm not going to at the moment. That, and so on. But I'm just going to get ahead with making this. I'm just going to move this over to the side, and I'll have that there, and I'll also have this one over to the side just as a reference, although we don't need it by now. And yeah, so hopefully I remember to edit the audio out so it's not sped up audio. Let's just move that out of the way. One thing I'm intentionally not doing here is putting a ceiling on to start with. I think that it would be easier to put those on last. I'm also not putting doors in yet. I will add doors in later on. I'm just leaving the gap for where the door would be. Also texturing, again, I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to go in places, not necessarily what's going to go there. So this one here, I've kind of done this first area like that. Of course I've changed the scale a bit, so the starting room up the top there, and I'm going to have this little box bit. shortly and just continue working on this while being able to make some of the next few videos as well, such as power up and things, ammo drops, etc. is I've made these stairs and I've made them a group, which I can then duplicate, and I can also rotate them. And like I've done down here, you can scale things. So you hit the scale button and grab that end and bring them in for steeper or less stairs. And so what I've got so far, if I zoom out, is, and I bring this across here, you can probably tell what I've got. Where we go there. It's just closed. I can close that, make that a bit wider, and bring that to there. So I've got this starting room here. I've got little display things. I have some display graphics on there. I've got that little walkway there. Not sure how I'm going to actually enclose that. Then I've got that room, which is a bit shorter. I've got this room here, which has got a whole bunch of crates and things in it, and there'll be a whole bunch of enemies. There might be a key there. I've got stairs going down, I've got stairs going up. These stairs here are going to go up. This is going to be like a, I'll make the entrance of that look like a bunker. That's going to be kind of a foresty area. I might make it a bit bigger. I need to do these rooms here, and I've got that room and the exit. Now I don't have walls here, but that's all right. Now if I just save all of this, if I go ahead and open Godot, which I won't have opened for a while, so I have to open library. So I'm going to show there. Hopefully it will just come straight in. So let's just make sure that it's working. It should be that one. I've been going at this for about 40 minutes now, and I've still got a few more videos to do. Why is it not loading? There we go. Okay. Good. All right, so I'm not sure why I needed the CSG combiner. Let's go maps, spatial TSCN. There we go. And over here, if I just do a quick build, should come in. Now, of course, I've got an environmental light here, so I'll just delete that world environment so you can actually see what's happened. Okay, so we've got all these things. The textures haven't come in properly. That is probably because maps textures. Why I might need to do a full build. Why would the textures not have come in? Do a quick build. Why would the textures not have come in? I'll have to play around with that, but for some reason my textures aren't loading, although they should. I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's just an import error. The colors are definitely there, but the textures themselves aren't loading. So that's something I'll have to play around with, but it looks like I've got the basic level there, and hopefully those textures will sort themselves out. It's all right on that one, so why would it not be okay on these? It may be, again, that I need to import these. They're the flats. I wonder if I've just got to import all of these ones. Let's just go ahead and quickly do it. Import, change this to 2D detect, or change it to 3D, re-import those textures. Ooh, it's going to take a little while. If this doesn't work, I'm going to end the video here anyway, and I'll talk a bit more about those textures another time when I get the issue sorted out. There we go. Yeah, so they just hadn't been imported as 3D textures. So that's all working properly. Of course, I haven't put textures here. I haven't put doors here, but I will, and we'll get on to making the doors. We'll get on to making the power-ups and keys that will open those doors as well, and enemies will drop ammo and things like that. So that'll be in the next couple of videos. But for now, what you want to be doing is just continue to work on your level design and follow your plan and update that in Trello with screenshots and other things. And we'll get on to the next videos soon.